Hey guys, what's up? It's Ciara. Welcome back to Cantwell Beauty. Today I'm going to be doing a little Mean Girls review of the Burn Book by Spectrum Collection and the Burn Book eyeshadow palette by Storybook Cosmetics, so stick around. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is give you a rundown of the Mean Girls products. So this is brought to you, I have my notes over here, so this is brought to you by Spectrum. And I found it just by literally Googling Mean Girls brush book. There was links all over the internet. People have already done reviews on this brush book, but this is the first time I'm getting my hands on it with the palette, and I wanted to do them together. So this costs right now £59.99, and then it's 80 American dollars. So yes, it is quite expensive. That is the book and the brushes on the inside. It is vegan and cruelty-free, and they're all synthetic brushes on the inside. So just to give you a closer look of what it looks like, it does look like the legit Burn Book from the movie. It comes with a little chain here, so it's like a nice little pocketbook you might want to rock. And then on the back are like little lips and stuff like that. And it is really, it's not heavy, but it's definitely good quality. It's like a rubbery plastic type bag. And then there's even a little Burn Book as the keychain. Not sure if you can see that. But anyway, so I'm going to unzipper it for you. And on the inside are 10 brushes. It comes with this little bag. I'm just going to take it out so I can show you. It comes with a little bag that you can kind of put your makeup in, I guess, that clips right to the inside. And then it comes with 6 face brushes and 4 eye brushes, and they're all gorgeous. I'm just going to show you one, and then I'll get to the actual tutorial. So the first brush I pick is this one. It's like a fluffy powder brush. I would use it for just powder or bronzer, and on the brush it literally says, "You can walk home, bitches." So there's quotes from the movie on each of the brushes, which I think is so cute. So cute. Now we'll go over to the Burn Book eyeshadow palette brought to you by Storybook Cosmetics. Now it did come inside this little felt bag, which I thought was a really nice touch. And then it came with a bookmark on top, which I think is cute. It says, "Once upon a time, there were 3 sisters who never stopped believing in fairy tales, and they all lived happily ever after. Thank you so much for ordering. We truly appreciate your business, Mandy, Missy, and Erin." And they have like a little signature on the bottom. I think that's cute. I think it's a very nice personal touch that they put on their products. So this is what the Burn Book looks like, the eyeshadow palette, and there's a little sleeve on top, and you take this off, and then inside is the palette that of course looks like the Burn Book, and then the inside of the eyeshadow palette, which I'm super excited to show you. Aww. So there is a mirror here, obviously, and it says underneath, "You're like really pretty," which is of course a quote from the movie. I'm just gonna fold it back like that so I don't blind you, but this is what the eyeshadows look like. So there are 12 eyeshadows that come inside the palette, as you can see. And the way they describe it on the website is pretty funny. It says 12 totally fetch, carb-free, and cruelty-free colors. It is made in the US. There are matte, shimmer, and pearl finishes. So just to read the colors off for you, there's Is Butter a Carb?, Gruel, Glen Coco, So Fetch, Wednesday, She Doesn't Even Go Here, The Plastics, Regina George, Mouse, Duh, You Can't Sit With Us, Cool Mom, and October 3rd. So if you're a fan of Mean Girls, you should know what every single one of those means. If you don't, then we need to talk. I'm not sure we can be friends. Okay, now I'm going to put the products together and see how they work. Okay, so I've got a little mirror here to my left, and I'm going to try out some of the products. The first thing I'm going to do is just apply some face primer to my face. This is Collab brand. It's called the Fundamental Smoothing Primer. I really like this. You can get it at Sally Beauty, and it was designed by YouTubers. I think it's like 7 or 8 of them. They were approached by basically a brand and asked to put together some products. They did. I think it's quite successful already, and the products are really good. So, looking at this brush kit, the first one I want to use is this stippling brush right here for foundation, and on it here it says, "She doesn't even go here." So, and yes, I'm going to say every line how it was said in the movie. So "She Doesn't Even Go Here" is the stippling brush. It is flat topped. So I'm going to use this with my foundation. Now, I'm not a fan of doing foundation with brushes, but obviously for the purposes of the video, that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to use Fenty Beauty, and my shade is 180. So I'm just going to put some of that on my face. And I'm going to try buffing it out or stippling it with my brush. It's actually really soft. Oh, I'm pleasantly surprised. For some reason I thought it was going to be a little harsher than this, but it's actually really soft. You're supposed to go like this with it and stipple it in, but like I said, I'm not a fan of brushes to apply foundation, so. The Fenty Beauty foundation is pretty good. I know this isn't about that foundation, but I'm literally still on the fence about it. I've used it probably 10 times now. Okay, maybe 5 to 10 times. And I still can't decide if I like it or not. What do you guys think? Maybe I picked the wrong shade? Not sure. Okay. So I approve of the brush, definitely. I think it came out nicely. This foundation's sort of medium coverage anyway, so it did seem to pick up a lot of the products, which is kind of weird, but Fenty foundation is very watery, so that's to be expected. I think if you used a thicker foundation, it wouldn't tend to seep into the brush as much. Believe it or not, I have not tried the Maybelline Age Rewind, Instant Age Rewind concealers. So I do actually want to try one of these today. Sort of a first impression for me at the same time. So I'm just going to open up. This color is light 120. And it's got a little ball on top for those of you that have never used it. And I guess you're just supposed to click until the product comes out. Might be a while. Ah, there we go. Okay, applying a little of that down the center of my nose for some added lightness. And I'm going to blend it out again with that stippling brush. Oh wow, I actually really like this. I like this concealer, wow. Thank you for stepping into my life. Okay, awesome. So that's it for the stippling brush. I really like that so far, so that's a win. For my concealer creases, I'm going to use this little tapered brush right here. You can use it for highlighter, but I'm going to use it for under eye. And I'm going to use Laura Mercier translucent powder. And this brush says, "You can't sit with us." Again, very soft. Wow. Very soft, very gentle. Very gentle. I love it. Love it. I love it. I'm just putting that everywhere that I put concealer. Very nice. I approve of that brush. Then I'm going to use the bigger powder brush that said, "You can walk home, bitches." And just putting a little bit more translucent powder in my little brush there. And putting it all over my face. This brush is so nice. I really like it. I feel like it's distributing product evenly. I feel like it's super soft. Honestly, when I saw these, I thought they were going to be super gimmicky and like didn't work at all, but they really work. Next, I'm going to do some bronzer, and I think for bronzer, because I'm going to try all of the brushes in this, I'm going to use my bronzer with this fan brush. I know that's weird, but I'm going to sort of contour with it. And this one says, "On Wednesdays, we wear pink," or fuchsia, or whatever. So for this, I'm going to use the Cheek Parade palette, and I'm just going to mix in Hoola and Hoola Light and just kind of go across and like contour my cheek there. Tap off excess product. Oh yeah. It is working nicely. I got that technique from Nikki Tutorials. She actually uses I forget what brush it is. I want to say it's like the Morphe 510 or something like that. Don't quote me, but bronze in a little bit here. Again, super soft. Loving it. You don't get as much control doing this with a fan brush. I wouldn't recommend fan brushes for bronzer, but if you have more technique and you're a better makeup artist, you could probably use this for contour. But I probably won't use this for contour again. So next, I'm going to go in with some blush. So in the palette leftover, we have the blush brush right here, and it's like an angled brush. Obviously, you can use this for contour too, but I'm going to use it for blush. And on this one, it says, "You're like really pretty." For this, I'm going to use my Tarte Amazonian Clay palette, and I think we're going to go with a pink eye look. So I'm going to go with a muted pink blush. It's called Exhilarating. Doesn't seem to be picking up a lot of product. Oh, there we go. Don't like this one as much as the others. Not as much of a fan. I like really big blush brushes. So this one's a little bit more dense. So it's not spreading the product the way I would prefer. And I love Tarte blushes, so it's not the blush. mixing in a little bit of skillful and exhilarating together. That's way too pigmented for me, so I'm just going to grab that powder brush and brush some of that away. So that's a no-go on the blush brush in the kit. So, I mean, okay, we're doing well so far, though. The next brush I'm going to try says Gruel on it and is a fan brush. And I'm going to use this with the Kevyn Aucoin. It comes with the Art of Sculpting and Defining. I really like this highlight. I had it on yesterday in my video. And it's called Candlelight Powder. And I'm just going to lightly dip that in. Don't even see anything. Oh yeah, it's coming up a little bit. And it's not going to be like a boom. Oh yeah, there we go. Little on my nose. Okay, so I like this brush. It's a little thin for me. I would probably use the bigger brush, honestly, to apply highlight because I like a lot of highlight. But if you do like just a little bit of product, this is perfect for that. And yes, it's just as soft as the others, so. Okay, now we're going to try for the eye look. And for this, I zoomed you in a little bit so that you could see my eyes better. Okay, again, here's a look at the palette that I'm going to use. And you can see all the colors there. And looking at the palette, I do see some cohesion there. I know it looks like a lot of colors just kind of thrown together, but I think there are some standout colors. And because I'm wearing like a pink top today, I kind of want to go with a pinkish burgundy type look. The first brush I'm going to use is the one that's the flat shader, and it says That's So Fetch. And I'm going to go in with the Plastics, which is the white shade in the palette. And I'm just going to put it all over my eye from the lid all the way up. I really just want to see pigment here, and I want to lay down my primer, which was in this case concealer and foundation. I just kind of want to prime my eye for the shadows I'm going to put over top. This is insanely pigmented for a white. A lot of whites in palettes don't turn out this good. This is actually a really good pigmented color. As you can see, I mean, it completely blacked out my eyes. Next brush I'm going to use is the crease brush, and it says You Go, Glen Coco. And I mean, it works perfectly because the shade that I'm going to use with it is Glen Coco. It's a dark brown, but I'm going to use it to carve out my crease. So let's see how this turns out. At first I thought it was going on patchy, but it could just be my application, because now it's blending quite nicely. So I think it's not the shadow. I think it was me. Going in with Glen Coco. Glen Coco. And as you can see, I'm just going from the outside to the inside. Not too far above my crease. It is falling on my lid a little bit, but not in the way of like fallout. It's just, that's kind of the way that I'm doing my shadow. Just using my Veramona color switch in between. So if you don't know what this is, it is a little sponge on the inside that you use in between shadows to clean off your brush, spot clean. And there's no liquid in it or anything. It's just literally a sponge. And it takes the shadow off so that you can continue to do your makeup. Okay, so the next color I'm going to go in with is Wednesday here, which is the pink on the middle, which is fitting because on Wednesdays we wear pink or fuchsia or whatever color I'm wearing. And I'm just going to go in on this crease again, and I'm going to go in a little lighter. And I'm just going to go on the outside with this shade. So I am just going on the outer corners. Woo! Yeah, you can see that in the viewfinder. I like that. Okay. I like the way that blends a lot. I think it looks really cute. Then I'm going back to the flat shader brush, and I'm going to go in with this shade right here called Regina George. Sorry, it's called Regina George, and it's like a glittery pink. So I am going to use a little bit of MAC Fix Plus just to get some shimmer going with the shade. So stay tuned. So I'm just dipping into the palette with my brush, and then I'm spraying it and just applying it to my lid. Oh wow, that's really pretty. So you agree? You think you're really pretty? It's like duochrome. That's really cool. It's like a gold, it's like a champagne pink is the best way I can describe it. I mean, it kind of looks like that in the pan, but it looks even more so on the eye. For this, I'm just going from the inner corner kind of to meet the shade that I did on the outside. It is a little messy, it's a little chunky, but I can deal with that, I can fix it. This flat shader brush is a little thick, so I'm not really used to that. I'm going to go in with a crease brush next to fix the mixture of the two shades, the Regina George and the Wednesday shade. And I'm going to go in with You Can't Sit With Us, which is like a peach shade. And I'm going to use that to kind of blend the two colors together and give it sort of like a more blended look, so it's not like harsh lines. That's what I was trying to think of. So there's not a harsh line between the two, the pink and the shimmery shade. This shade doesn't seem to be showing up as well as the others. I don't know if it's because I already have shimmer shade down. I mean, it's doing okay. It's blending well. It's just not a ton of pigment that I would prefer. Now I'm just going to use this little brush here. I know it's like a detail brush, probably for pigment or something like that. But anyway, it says "Boo You Whore" on the side. I'm just going to use that for the white shade and use that again to lighten my brow bone here. And I'm going to use this for my inner corner as well. It's not a shimmer shade, but it's white, so it'll definitely still brighten up my inner corner. Okay, now I'm going to finish my eyes and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I put on my mascara on my brows and I put on a lip color. In case you're curious, it is Human Nature by Jeffree Star Cosmetics. You gotta love the packaging on that one. Yes, it is all glitter. I felt it was fitting for this video since it's pink. My final thoughts on the Burn Book palette and Burn Book brush kit. The brush kit is a winner, home run out of the park. There is one brush that I did not use, and it is a small like detail brush. It could be a lip brush, it could be something you use for eyeliner, and on it says "She's a life ruiner." Just to get one last look of the brush book, this is what it looks like. Again, it is 10 brushes. Put the last one in there. 10 brushes. And right now, again, it is on sale for about $80 on the website, and that is the brush with the book. You can buy the brushes separately, you can buy the book separately, but I went for the whole kit and caboodle because I'm obsessed with Mean Girls. So if you have a Mean Girls collector in your family and you're looking for a good holiday gift, this would definitely be something worth giving them. To me, the eyeshadow palette is also a win. I love the colors that I used on my eyes today. I think it's really bold, it's very bright, it's pink, but it's not too much. I mean, I feel like this is wearable. I would totally go out in this look and I feel like I would be fine. Also, there are plenty of like browns and neutral. You could use, you know, like the Glen Coco up here with You Can't Sit With Us. Maybe throw some orange in your crease to make it warm. But anyway, I love this palette. I think it's so cute. Again, if you have a Mean Girls collector or Mean Girls fanatic in your family or you have friends, this is definitely a worthwhile palette. I don't think I said the price in the beginning, but it's $55. And again, it is with Storybook Cosmetics. But this is a license, like it's official product of Mean Girls, so thank you to Tina Fey for writing this movie. It's one of my personal favorites. I love Mean Girls. It's literally up there in the top 3 movies of all time. And for those of you that don't know, Tina Fey actually went to my high school, so we share that in common. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed what you saw today. You got some ideas for that Mean Girls lover in your family or friends. Thanks so much for watching. Subscribe, tell a friend, and be sure to come on back to Cantwell Beauty. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.